like in the supply of the Eastern Water Scheme in whole of the eastern areas during the time of the President Chandrika. There were allegations that the whole project could have been done by Sri Lankan engineers for 1/3 the cost or less, but it was done at a huge price through with foreign, what I may call foreign government coming into the situation and went to a private bank financing. Now things like that has happened in Sri Lanka. Things like that is happening in Malaysia, Indonesia on a vast scale. So our corruption is nothing, but corruption can only be stopped by proper education of the people, and that has to start with our full society. Corruption cannot be stopped by the gun. That is last thing. And I have seen in the public service corruption going down now because of the educated young graduates coming into those positions of powers at various Pradeshia Sabhas which I visit. I see for my work, corruption is coming down because those educated people are not resorting to their powers to exploit the people.
So what you're saying is corruption can be countered by good system of education and not by the gun. That's your main idea. And you also, just before the discussion, you mentioned that how rumors like corruption and nepotism is used for political campaigns. But I don't think we have time to touch on that. Do you want to very briefly say something?
I think that is the excuse for all these things. But at the same time, I want to bring one interesting why the TNA and other certain what I may call elite of our societies wanting Sarankat, right? The main reason being that if they have destability down south, then they can divide the country. So that is the main issue we should be looking at. Do we want to go through another period of 30 years of war and foreign interference in this moment, or allow this man to continue with the development process where we as engineers, contractors, consultants, doctors, scientists will have more and more work and give us some stability and our children some stability.
Okay, Mr. De Silva. So we were speaking to Mr. Tissa De Silva, a consultant and an engineer, an independent engineer. He kept on insisting that he was independent and not attached to any political party. And throughout your discussion, Mr. De Silva, we saw how you were critical about the former President Chandrika Kumaratunga with respect to accepting aids on their terms, how you sort of encouragingly spoke about President Premadasa with his ability about connecting to people, so that independence came across. So you gave a lot of insight to us about how important it is for a stable government to be there, and in that context you highlighted the role of the TNA and why they might wish to have a destable government in the south, and that is not because they love Mr. Fonseca or they prefer Mr. Fonseca, that is because it will help them to go to their the sort of Tamil Elam dream. So on that context and on that note, we will have to end the program. Thank you so much for joining us, Mr. Tissa De Silva. Thank you for watching us. Have a good night.
Thank you.